How long do you think the time will be between the end of abortion rights and the new campaign for women to not be able to own property? Because they've got to have a new thing after that. Like once they get the thing they've been screaming about for decades, they've got to have a new bad thing.
Well, I think the obvious next step is birth control access. I think that will be true before owning property. Also, there's like intermediate stuff that we don't think about too much, like women not being able to have credit cards in their own name until like the 60s, right?
I just think you got to swing for the fences. Look, if you can't own your body, what can you own? Why should you be allowed to own anything else?
Can you own the baby you birth?
Absolutely not.
It belongs to the father at that point.
The father and the state.
Right. Importantly, the state. Yeah.
And Elon Musk, I think.
Does he own all of our children?
Well, pretty soon there's going to be some sort of rule about that.
Well, once they're his indentured servants on Mars.
Yeah.
Or his like feudal subjects, I guess, is more
where
like
we're going.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep going on this for a minute. I'll use it as the short.
Seedy Shorts.
Man, talking about old people that look like shit.
Elon Musk's.
There's a real risk if you start taking a bunch of HGH and like really trying to refine your appearance.
That you'll
look like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got those weird hair plugs and he's like obviously doing anti-aging procedures, but he just looks like a monster.
Yeah, I think the difference, you've got to be like a Martha Stewart. You've got to have good taste in the first place to know how to get just the right amount of fillers and don't go crazy. Because once they start getting all super duper Botoxed and tons of fillers everywhere, then you start to look weird very quickly.
Do you think Grimes like used his body as her artistic palette to try to craft him in a way that she found to be palatable?
I mean, he got hair plugs way before they were together.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wait, what's Grimes look like? I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, I mean, of course she is both much, much better looking and much, much younger than him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Yeah, he got those hair plugs like as soon as he got his PayPal payout, I think. I mean, maybe he's gotten more.
Do you have to, when you get hair plugs, do you have to keep plug-in? Or do they last forever?
So I'm no hair plug doctor. I'm no big city hair plug doctor.
There's another good image of Elon Musk and Grimes, by the way.
Isn't the idea that you transplant hair from areas that are not male pattern baldness
so
susceptible?
Those are his pubes on his head?
No, I think you get like back of the neck hair. Like basically, you know how you've got some hairs that grow more and some hairs that stop growing when you get male pattern baldness.
Right.
I think you transfer hair from like the back of your head and the back of your neck and stuff up to the top of your scalp. And I don't know if they like retain their androgen insensitivity or that makes them not. I think but maybe if you get hair plugs, you also have to start taking.
Is it a skin graft
or
like,
Rogaine or
you
something?
have to take the skin as well, probably.
I think the old school hair plugs, it really did look like a hole punch kind of situation. But now I think they pull out like a single hair in its follicle and stick it in. I'm literally just bullshitting. I have no idea. I could just Google hair plugs right now and then I guess we would know.
We cannot
start knowing
things. Yeah, we have.
It's too late.
You're right. We don't want our podcast to be informed, I don't think. God damn, I really hate the way he looks, though.
Well, he wants you to. How does Peter Thiel look these days? I mean, he's the one who wanted to drink the blood of teens or whatever.
Did he also want to drink Hulk Hogan's blood?
Well, when I say drink, of course, I mean he wanted it injected into his veins. Nobody wants Hulk Hogan's blood in their body. That sounds like a bad idea.
You get a pretty big hit of HGH, I think, if you take Hulk Hogan's blood.
Like, of
wow, here's a
people on
picture of
Earth,
Peter Thiel and Elon Musk in their PayPal days.
Yeah, that's pre-hair plugs.
For
Elon.
both of them, I think. How old is Peter Thiel? Let's see. He's 54. Okay, I regret to inform you that Peter Thiel looks good. He looks his age, but he doesn't look fucked up. There's a picture of Peter Thiel holding hands with Donald Trump.
Wow. Do you think Peter Thiel ever touched that orb? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that orb contains some sort of like supernatural energy, right? What's in the orb?
No, I've never really understood what the claimed significance of the orb is, but it's pretty obviously sinister and supernatural.
Let's see.
Wow, there's 4 types of hair transplant surgery.
Tell me about them.
Grafting,
Uh-huh.
scalp reduction.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. So scalp reduction is when you have thin hair, you scrunch it all together so the hair looks, you take the empty parts of your scalp out.
I think it's like a reverse. I think it's like a reverse facelift.
You
like
remove
instead of
the
pulling
negative skin.
right, instead of pulling your face up, you pull the back of your head down.
Wow. That's the okay. Well, that one sounds pretty unappealing. I don't know what the other two are.
Flap surgery, which I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. And tissue expansion.
Well, that sounds like the opposite of scalp reduction.
So I guess, yeah, old school hair plugs each contained 10 to 15 hairs, but now they transplant 1 or 2 individual hairs per piece of tissue excised from the donor location.
Okay. Wow, I can't even believe this in retrospect. Trump, when he touched the orb, is also like closing his eyes and really savoring it.
Yeah, he looks like really pleased. Like he's drawing an evil power from touching the orb.
If that orb went to market, how much do you think it would go for?
The thing about that shot is it's always looked like it belongs in an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like the look on his face and the way it's lighted. Like it has a real Buffy season, 1 quality to the lighting due to the orb.
Yeah.
Okay, so scalp reduction's actually I was just making it up what it is. It's not even a reverse facelift. It's so you've got a bald spot on top of your head. Then they just cut it out.
Yeah.
And then they pull all the skin from all around your head together and gather it in the middle to cover that spot that they cut out.
So you have like a little bun of skin?
Now you're like a lemon grab.
Yeah.
I don't think they leave a bun of skin, but I mean, this sounds like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
This is some Hellraiser shit. Having all the skin from your scalp gathered together on the top of your head sounds horrible.
Hold on, I have an update on this orb. This is an update reported in The Guardian. It was reported in March of 2020, which probably there were other things going on, so we didn't pay much attention to this, but apparently the United States now owns that orb, but is, quote, hidden away for fear of causing a scandal.
What the fuck is the orb? Why do we have the orb? It's evil. It has an evil power. Like that orb is something Buffy would need to destroy. No question.
Local media reported that when the presidents of the US and Egypt and the Saudi monarch caressed the pulsing sphere, it was pulsing? It, quote, officially activated the Saudis' new Global Center for Combating Extremist Ideology and launched a splashy welcome video.
Wow, yeah, they are famous for combating extremist ideology.
After Trump went home, quote, an unusual accessory showed up in a hallway at the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh, 1 orb slightly used. It sat in a hallway for a number of days. We're diplomats.
Glowing orb, never worn.
Okay, it's hidden away in embassy storage right now in Riyadh.
So, I'm sorry, this orb symbolizes the countering of extremist ideology worldwide that the Saudi government is doing.
They hate extremism. So do we.
Yeah. We've all done a very good job of combating any extremist ideology.
So it's in some like crate in a government warehouse in Riyadh. It's going to be found, you know, like when, like in
25 years from now.
I was thinking like 1,000 years from now, like when we open a tomb in
1,000 years from now, nothing's going to be found.
When we open a tomb in an old pyramid and it releases an ancient curse, like that's going to happen when somebody finds this orb at some point.
I was thinking it was going to go in the Smithsonian in 25 years.
Just what do you think its market value is?
$6.5 million.
Can it be an NFT?
Yeah. Well, no, the NFT.
Can a JPEG of it be the NFT?
The NFT, yes, a JPEG of it definitely can be an NFT, but the NFT it should be done on the same principle as the tungsten cube. The NFT holder should have the right to touch
it
the
once
orb.
a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Yeah, like the tungsten cube. Great idea. They could probably sell it like a timeshare. So every day one person gets to touch it.
That would depreciate the value of the orb significantly.
That's true.
You want it to be exclusive. That's why people like NFTs.
But
that and money laundering.
But you recharge it periodically by like torturing people, probably. Then it gets its juice back, re-energizes.
I mean, I want to know what happens when you touch the orb, because it seems like something does happen.
It probably feels great, or or maybe it like, you know, what's the thing? You know about the thing where you like electrocute someone's balls and then they involuntarily come. What's that? What's that whole deal?
I mean, that's what they do like with farm animals.
Yeah.
But it's not
But
the balls.
Also with like kinky people.
Well, I think you want to electrocute the prostate.
Okay, and then you involuntarily come.
I think you want to shock it, yeah.
What if it's just like one of those when you would go to like the science museum as a kid and they had those orbs that you can touch?
And your hair stands up.
Yeah.
You don't come when that happens, no.
You don't come when that happens.
Seedy Shots.